Oops, still not on here. Founder of Master Markets, A-Trace Conference and Traders Open Day. Right, so today is the 2nd of Feb 2017. So we are looking at now today I just want to say that we did have a limit order at 126.83 and we did just get filled in by this bar. But I do want to analyze the whole setup as of today, because I think that's it's a good learning today that we can learn from this. Now, see, before we had bar come to play, the same bar as such over 7 to 8 a.m. It's a small tiny bar. So before that, what you can see is our PSB is basically a midnight bar. I'm just going to go over here, and then we had a primary, which took it out by 1 pip, and then after that, every other bar was engulfed within the midnight bar, right? Then you had the 7 a.m. bar over here. We were a bit confused today because I haven't seen a primary which makes the highest part of the range in our testing. Even if I did say, maybe I just forgot about it, but it's very rare. Now, of course, it wouldn't make sense because our whole idea of MG 3.0 is for our PSB and our primary to be at least the lowest part of the range or part of the lowest part of the range. So it must look like patterns like this. So let me just name this as current day range. So we are looking for is something like this, right? So let me just something like this. So it retraces down just something small. Let's say we have our PSB big bar here, and look for a primary or this one here, right? So this is something scenario 1 where we are looking for. Scenario 2 could look something like this, where the we could have something like it did reach down, and then what we do have is basically primary, then a high part of the range, and then after that it then falls back down. So at that point we can still put it here because it's the highest part of the range, is the mid part of the range, right? So, or even if we had a scenario like this, right? So where we had see here, maybe this could be the midnight bar, right? After that we had a primary, then we had what, and after that then it then falls, yeah. So even in that, I mean, we can still take the primary, which is mid part of the range, as still the Now the thing is, when the primary becomes the highest part of the range, I don't really think it makes any sense for us to put it there. The whole logic of the whole strategy is to capture it at the lower part of the cycle. So either being it the PSB or the primary, which is in mid part of the cycle, right? It's the highest part of the range. I don't really see any point in placing that. So today, I only think that we could have done, because the price, the highest part of the range, doesn't make sense. So we could have put it for the PSB itself, which is the stretch bar. Do also remember another logic for the strategy. The whole strategy is that it's based on stretch time and it's based on stretch distance. Stretch time being and saying that one of our edges is that the PSB will form anytime from midnight 12 noon is what we are talking about. Yeah. So this is what we set over there. So in terms of that, so that's what we do have. So always remember, go back to the stretch distance, stretch time, and MG 3.0 is to do with the PSB, any part of the lowest part of the highest part of the range where we are looking to enter. Okay, I guess that's pretty much that. So in terms of today, if we'll go back to that, as I mentioned, we are looking for it to be in terms of its low part. So this is the midnight bar, this is the lowest part of the range. Till now it's maintained its low as its PSB. So we'll see how it progresses into the after the day. Does it take it out? Does a new PSP form? See, there's no reversals towards the short side for today, only towards the upside. So if you do get another reversal point towards the upside, we'll take it. Second bias, second trade on the same bias. But if it stays, then it's good. And then move on to it and we'll trade our stop losses accordingly. Okay, that's pretty much it. 9:30 there's news. Pause myself. We'll see how this trade progresses to be. Trade. The entry for today, basically 2nd of Feb, what we're looking for is entry is 1683, where it then took us in just around this area where it was previous day's high as well. And we are looking at stop at 12654, 12654, target at basically at 12762, 162. Okay, so that's what we are having over here. My whole price map is already here on the screen, as you can see. Most of the elite traders will know how to basically draw that onto your screen, because as part of the elite program, you have been taught is for a concept of this, how to methodologically systematically analyze the price data just by itself. Okay, and I've got already my targets over here all locked in, and we'll know how to adapt the target as we go along as well, according to the efficiency of the market. Okay, so that's all for me for now. I'll pause myself. I'll see how this trade carries on into the later part of the day. We are into half into 10 a.m. into the next hour. As you can see, a couple of things over here happening. So as you can see over here, what we have price phase, we got up to down, which is over here like that. We have this as well. Right now we are coming back down again. So 1, 2, so far we got. For the reverse, we're looking at the 4th wave, and that's the maximum we can give up to. But for the second order, usually we only give it up to the 3rd wave. Okay, to the 3rd wave, if I'm right. Let me check. Yeah, less than. Yeah, looking at over here, basically. If you can trade the same direction, it's less than or equal to 3, whereas the 3rd wave being projected to target. So we won't be looking at anymore unless it's again. So we'll still be taking in terms of the same bias. That's what we'll be looking at in of this trade. So after it, we'll see how it goes into the day. It shapes out to be for today. Okay. It's a cable. That's pretty much it. I'll stop the recording for now, but I'll continue to analyze the price into the day. Okay.